Yo, what's up everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. So I wanted to make this video this way instead of doing it how I normally did it, because during the day I'm very busy and I can't screen record my phone while I'm doing other things. I can only just make the play and I'm not even looking at my phone very often. But now I can just take screenshots and screen record, and then I can actually give you guys a play-by-play of what was going through my head when I was actually watching it. And yeah, we could just go over how I made money off the crash. So I actually bought in at puts, like at open, and I was slowly adding. I must have added small amounts of contracts, like at least 24 times. Like I was adding like single contracts, 2 contracts, 3 contracts, until I built up my position 250. And then what you see here is the first screenshot that I have for you, which was my full position. So at the end of my buying, I had basically $6,000 worth of puts, 5 668 puts, and 50 666 puts. If I had waited a little bit, because we ran at open, if I had waited a little bit, I probably could have gotten double or triple this, which would have been insane. But I still made it out on top. I was looking for this rug pull for days. I actually took a loss a little bit ago because I was so heavy into the put contracts. So I knew this was coming, and it played out perfectly. I honestly just wish that it had gone down a little bit further before reversing, but I'm glad I ended up taking profits where I did. So the second screenshot is a little bit later, it seems, where I've actually started to gain some profit. And I thought, oh, wow, this is so great. Oh, wow, I'm up 50%. I thought that was hilarious and great, but really it gets better. So this video is about, I think this is like a 7-ish minute video. We're not going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to speed through it. So I just wanted to capture some of the price action, so you can actually see the price dropping here. We got up to like 70%. The 668 puts were almost at $3 a share, and then the 666 puts were trying to approach 2. What was the price at this point? Oh, so it was like 665.30-ish. And we were already up 5K, and I was ecstatic. But I honestly knew that it had to go red on the day. There was no way that it was going to run like that and then not go all the way. Just with the way that the options were priced and the way that they were moving. My friend Ryan, who I trade with sometimes, he thought that was normal price action, but I was like, there's something fishy about this. We both were extremely bearish for today, and I was like, all last night I was telling him, I'm buying puts it open, I'm buying puts it open. But yeah, it was really funny the way it turned out. We both ended up plussing today. So yeah, it starts to reverse a little bit. Like, obviously for a play like this, it's going to take you all day. So like, I knew when I was buying the puts it open that I wasn't going to be selling until like way later. Like, and that's why I bought them so near the money, instead of like buying really far out of the money. I probably could have afforded more contracts, but they like literally crush you on purpose to make it so that those aren't profitable. So I did the smart thing, and I bought, I think I bought the 668s when it was at like 670, and then I bought my 666s while it was going up to 670. So here's just some more price action. Did we finally hit 100% in this video? Don't think so. What happens here? Oh, I'm just checking to see my percentages. So these puts are up 250% or something, and these puts are up 71%. So I thought that was cool. Do we get up to 100%? Yeah, we broke 100 right there. briefly, which was amazing. It felt so good to be up 100% on a trade. And then it just explodes. Actually, we can slow this down and take a look at the price action. So right now, up at the top, you can see the price is 664, 62, 68, 65, 62, 66, 63, 76. So it jumped up 10 cents. 74, 78. Oh, and that's the end of the video. Oops. All right. Well, anyway, so so that is at 10:50. So like right after that video, I took a screenshot of my overall portfolio just to see what had happened, because like I told you, I actually started opening the position at open. So you can see at market open, there's a slight uptick where I could have sold and took some profits, but then I held, and you can actually see how when it goes when it shoots up to 670, I go red for a little bit. So I'm in the red to start off the day until it has that huge drop. I think it was like news based off of our president's dealing with the China tariffs or something like that. But anyway, we knew it was going down. So this is already up this amount. So we're up 19% on the total portfolio, and it's only off of a $6,000 investment. So here's the next screenshot where it broke that support, where it was dancing around 664, 60, and it dropped down to the 30s. So I knew it was going red on the day. So we're already up 142% here. The 668s were at $4.08 a share, and the 666s were $2.67. And this is just chump change compared to where I actually took profits at, which is actually insane. All right, so then 1 minute later, I decided to open up another video. I think this one's the 30-minute long one, so I'm going to speed through this for you guys just so you can see the price action. It was actually insane. But you can see how it started to reverse. So we went from up 120-something%, and then very quickly, within like a minute, like $3,000 vaporized. So the reversal started, and it started climbing. But I was like, no way, it's not done yet. They're not fooling me this time. So obviously it's going to diminish the position a little bit. I think we actually go under 10K here, because right now it's dancing around 11.5K. Let's see. Let's see where the peak is. Okay, still dancing. It's trying to decide what to do. This price action was not fooling anyone, but I know a ton of you guys out there were buying calls on this, expecting an insane bull run, but that was just not the case for you guys today. And I think that bull run case for everyone buying calls actually funded the downfall ultimately, because the market makers make it such that most people's options expire worthless. So if you're going against the grain, you're doing it right. Yeah, we did dip under 10K here. So what price was this at? So it had reached all the way to 665.63, and that's actually not that big of an increase. I think I take some time to actually see how much it actually went up, and I think it was $1 something, but we'll see once that actually comes up. But that's just trying to shake out the put holders, honestly. It wasn't even that big of a move. But with the way that the IVs are set up, the implied volatility was super wonky. So like everything was super expensive. Like the price didn't even change that much. And they were honestly just stalling to make the options prices go down, which is a strategy that they do constantly, which is why I decided to go for close to in the money options instead of super far out the money, because that's just like playing with fire. Like, sure, you could have had like 300 or 400 contracts for the same amount of money, but they would most likely destroy your position purposely. Like that's how they play the game. But most people that have access to options end up going super far out of the money, and that's just literally gambling. This was like an actual play, like that was guaranteed with the knowledge that a crash was imminent. And you can tell when the price action is crazy like this that there's a crash coming. Like, it's obvious. So now we're going all the way down to only plus 2.8K. As you can see, where do I pause it? And yeah, so here's where I'm like, how much has this run? So I take the time to see from 11.55 to 11.03, it went up $1.41, $1.34. So it went almost $1.50 up, which for 55 contracts, that's 5,500 plus half of 5,500, which is 2,750, I believe. So that was potentially like an unrealized loss of like almost 8,000. And as you can see with the numbers. But moving on, I actually decided to check out this really cool new addition. They really revamped up Robinhood's charting. I mean, it's not like the best, but like still, it's pretty cool what you can do with it. And I saw that there was a huge rejection, so I was like, oh yeah, it's coming, baby, it's coming. So you can already see it starting to tank and drop down, and just like that, it doubled our profits instantly. So we're back over 10K, which was crazy. It was a wild ride. All right, and then now it's just dancing here. I think that's where it rejects, because you can see it starts to point downward, and we're already at almost a 12K position. What did I do right there? I was doing something. Okay, I wanted to see the difference, how much we had to go down to get to that candle. And that was like a 43-cent difference. Not that mattered. But yeah, once I saw it dip under 664 again, or 665 rather, I was super happy. Okay, dancing around. And then it started running again. All the way under to the 9K again. So here I was like, dang, maybe I should have taken some profits. But I was like, no, you must stay convicted. Like, you cannot let them fool you. Look at how high it got. I think we almost got towards break even. Yeah, so Ryan and my theory was that it would touch 666 and then bounce off of it because he had shorted at 666. And we knew that they would just tease him. So funny, dude. So funny. So we touched off of 666, which does also happen to be the devil's number, apparently. So I thought that was very appropriate. But luckily, since we added very slowly instead of just going all in at open, it was able to protect the position, and we did dip down to like positive 50% profit. But honestly, it would have been a lot scarier if I had just gone all in on the ante. But that's why you can't do that. That's bad trading. So I think it does continue to dip. Are we going down already? I don't remember. This is so many hours ago. Okay, hovering around 10K, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I was just floating down there. There's only 8 minutes left in this, I think. Yeah, hovering around 4 to 5K profit here. And it started going up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. Because I was trying to capture the drop where it went red on the day. But unfortunately, it didn't do it for that video. I ended this video after like 29 minutes. And it was at 61% profit, which is still insane. Like, most people don't make that in a year. And I made that in like an hour. So next up is a screenshot that was actually taken from the next video that I'll show you. And I think I'll show you that full video. So this was right as we dropped to be red on the day. So it dropped all the way to 661.53. You can actually see the line basically go vertical. It was insane. So it's at this point where my my trade was positive 329%, which was over 20,000. 668s were trading for 656 a share, and then the 666s were 475. And then, so here is the video where I think it crosses over, and there's Ryan messaging me on Snapchat. Normally, when I make these videos or screen record, I turn off my notifications. But this time I just left them on because, like, I didn't know, like, what was going to happen. I could just edit it out, but it was just Ryan messaging me, so I was like, whatever. He's the one that I was working with on this play anyway. So here it is at right under 663, dancing around there, and we're up that 13K. And he was just going insane because he's like, bro, this is the drop. I knew it. I called it. Oh, man. But he was telling his fans on his social media about the crash as well. So if you followed him, you might have actually gotten in on this because I think he had a space call. And there was like, I think 100-ish people on there. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. But he'll probably be in my comment section. He was actually reminding me to make this video before I started recording, which is why I posted that initial post that you guys saw on the channel. But yeah, so we're dancing around positive 13K. Any minute now, it'll drop. But at this point, I'm just like chilling, doing something else, and it's just screen recording and going down. So up 200%. That 663 level was an interesting level because this was where it broke down from. You can see that we dropped 15 cents almost instantly because now that I'm not controlling the speed of the video, it's actually going in real time. So this is actual real time. And you can see that this is not normal, which is why the IV was jacked up. But it didn't really matter because we were so far in the money. The 668s were literally $5 in the money, which is why they were at 522, and the 666s were $3 in the money. Well, like $3.10 in the money. So those experienced a little bit more IV, and you could see that they were worth $3.50 when theoretically their what's it called? Their actual value, implied volatility. Inherent value? I can't remember what it's called, but there's a term for it. There's extrinsic value and intrinsic value. Its intrinsic value was less than what was showing because it still had extrinsic value since it wasn't so deep in the money, but they were both in the money nonetheless. Now you can see another 50-cent drop where we go to 662 and touch in the 50s. So yeah, I was just very, very happy with this trade. You can see we're up 14K already, but it's not over. It's not over. I was telling you, I was waiting for it to go red on the day. Ryan was actually calling for 656, and as the day went on, he changed it to 657, and then finally 658, which I hate when he does that. But he actually ended up calling 658, and then he'll correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I think the low point that ended up registering on this was 658, like 70 or something. So neither of us were right. I was predicting a $10 drop, and technically it did drop $10 from the high, but I thought it was going to drop directly from open, which was kind of silly of me in hindsight, but I still was able to capitalize on the play because of the strategy that I've employed. And I've actually been killing it lately, but this was like the biggest play that I've done in a long time. And off of just a 6K entry. So right here, we're still waiting to drop. We're at 220% profit. Actually, how much longer is in this? Oh, wow, this is almost over. So yeah, so it doesn't drop this video. So in the next video, we can see, this one's, I think, only 4 minutes long. Yeah, this one's only like 4 minutes long. Or 3 minutes, actually. I could have made this a short. Yeah, Ryan's messaging me again. After I stopped screen recording, I messaged him and caught up with his chats, and then he was messaging back. But yeah, here we are at that 662 in the middle level, like dancing around the 50s and 60s still. They took their sweet time to drop this. People are probably buying calls like crazy here. Like, oh yeah, there's no way we go red on day. And I'm like, we are going red on day. We are going red on day. Because usually it bounces here. It just bounces straight up and just goes vertical, which is so annoying. I mean, sure, you could capitalize on the drop and the bounce. But I don't know what level people were looking at for this bounce, but it did not bounce. It was a resistance for sure, but it felt like artificial resistance almost. So there's 65, another 15-cent drop there. Just waiting for the big drop. 67, 69, 62, 60, 52. So there's an 8-cent drop. And then we broke the 50s. It touched 49. So I was giddy at this point. I was like, oh, man, I get a new boat, a new car, a new house. 50 more kids. Oh my gosh, this took forever. And then bounced up to 70. Unbelievable. I don't remember what happened, but like I know that the drop is coming. But yeah, right now we're up 14K, 14.5K, 14.6K. Dancing at the 662, 68, 60, 62, 55, 57, 56, 50, 53. I was like, please, just break 662.50, and it is over. 64. See, that's another 14-cent bounce upward. We didn't touch 70 again, which was a great sign, because then we touched 47, dipping into the super bearish territory. And man, I tell you what, we broke red right there, and I was instantly up 17K. Unreal. So the 668s were worth 604, and the 666 were worth 420. But I knew it wasn't over. I knew it was not over. I didn't sell at the peak, but it was pretty dang close. Wait, what was that just there? That notification that came up. What was that? Your GME contract executed. Oh, okay. So I have GME shares still, like 100 something, I think. I'll probably buy more with all this money that I got. But I knew that it was coinciding with the market today, and I knew it was going to go down. So I was like, I'm just going to buy or sell a call against my 100 shares because I know everything's going to drop. So I sold a call, and then I set a buy order to be like $25 profit just for fun. And that's when it triggered. So GME was dropping with S&P 500. So 661.80s now, and I'm just so happy. We're almost at 19. There's 19K right there. And it still has another dollar to drop. I don't think that it drops in this video, but well, there's still like a minute left. And then that's where I did the screenshot for what you guys saw in the image that was 2 images before this one. That up 20K. But yeah, so I think we even reached 21, maybe even higher. But yeah, I don't know if I recorded too much longer after this. But what I definitely wanted to do was take profits here. I can't remember exactly where I took profits, but that's the end of that video. So the next image is 660.55. So the position is up 25.5K at this point. So 406%. And the 666 puts were at 558. So I saw it previously because like the volatility was absolutely insane. It was dancing around so fast that you couldn't sell it without a limit order. So what I did at this point was I took the screenshot and then I put a limit order in for $6. And I was like, I don't want it to be exactly 6. I'm going to get greedy. So I went 605. I should have gone 620 because I think the very peak was around 620. So I set my limit order for 605 to sell 40 of my 50 contracts for the 666 strike price. And that's how I got my 21,000 profit. And then I actually just let the rest ride for the rest of the day because the next screenshot you can see the 666 puts are at 624, but I only have 10. I sold 40 at 605, and I think my cost average was somewhere around $1.17, but that doesn't take into account me buying upwards because it only sold the first 40 that I bought and not the last 10 that I bought. So the cost average was a little bit different. I think that brought my cost average down to like 90 cents or something like that. Because they were not messing around today with the options prices. They were not messing around. But yeah, so it kept on going down and it broke 660. So you can see this screenshot here is 659.96. And I had already sold out of those. And I should have sold these here because this was another 9K profit, but my profit ended up only being an extra like 2K. So 7K just vaporized because I held these until close. But I mean, who needs an extra 7K when you made 21K off of one sell? I haven't done that in like months. And then what's here? All right, so here is the screenshot that I took after I sold the initial 40 contracts. So the portfolio was up 55% on the day. And I don't have to say that number. You can see what that number is. But yeah, as the day progressed, that number eventually vaporized. But yeah, so you can see that red line in the middle right there is when I thought, wait, that was actually 2 weeks ago. I thought the rug pull was 2 weeks ago. It did go down that day, but not nearly as much as it did for what happened today. So that first sale of the 40 contracts netted me 19K, plus I actually made money on calls going upwards. And I sold those in 2 or 3 instances for an extra $500. Or no, I think it was closer to, it might have been closer to 1,000, but yeah, so today was just an insane day. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, so I think I'm just going to stop the screen recording now and try and post this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more. Bye-bye.